Doesn't look like there's much escape, so fire away.
Exactly what took place here today.
Today there were motions to disqualify the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office. My whole focus here is fundamental fairness. We've received information that the complainant in this case was involved in a child or sexual abuse task force in Wayne County. That on its face leads, one to wonder if they're the proper entity to go forth in this case. And then you combine it with the timing and the things that were done here. This case was held, it was filed on the eve of the Wayne County, on the NCAA basketball. There's a mini-series, then the same week, there's articles that are published. I want to make sure, it's my job to make sure, and I will stand in front of a train, a truck, or a bus, that my client, Mr. Cleaves, gets a fair hearing. We will not be part of Kim Worthy's publicity machine.
We heard something about a psych evaluation. What transpired recently to make this motion now?
We have to be careful about this because we don't want to make sure, we want to make sure, very, very sure, that we're not piling on a complainant. But you'll see there's some bizarre behavior that I think dovetails into what is alleged that night. We want to make sure, again, because it's our position that Mateen Cleaves is completely innocent, and once we get those facts out to the press, the people will see it.
Is this discovery about a pattern of behavior?
I believe it is. I think you'll see a pattern. But we have to level the playing field. We have to level the playing field. We've had things that have come out. I don't have Maria Miller to write press releases on cue. We're just a solo practitioner down here in Flint, Michigan. And we're going to try to do everything we can to make sure in the state of Michigan, in the United States, and internationally, that people understand that Mr. Cleaves is innocent.
Based on these motions, do you think this was some kind of a setup?
Let's just say we don't believe Mr. Cleaves is guilty of any criminal behavior.
Mr. Manley, why are you file or have filed to get the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office off this case?
Well, if you have a situation where this complainant indeed worked or was supervised by the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office, it's a conflict of interest on its face. And you got to understand the law is, it may not be a direct conflict, but it can be an appearance of impropriety. Fundamental fairness is what we're looking for. Trust in the government is what we're looking for. Trust in the system is what we're looking for. If you have someone who worked or did work or was supervised in the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office, they're not the right people to have to be in this case. People need to trust that this is a fair proceeding. And we laid out in our motion why we think that people may distrust that.
Is this task force that you talked about, is it a Wayne County